So I'm here with Anthony from Dwell Development, and we're actually just chatting about this house that he built a year and a half ago, right?
Yes.
So this is a built house. This is a reveal. I really want to reveal this house because people, I can't believe that they could imagine it would be a not an old piece of architecture.
Yeah.
It's been so well developed and well formed. So let's go to that. And so have you named it?
No.
All right.
I was trying to think of something witty, but I really couldn't.
All right.
It is what it is.
Good. So then what?
It's the old new house.
It's the old new house, and here it is, guys. So this is the old new house, and it is actually, you'll see, and we'll talk about the scale of the house.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite what you were expecting.
Wasn't quite what you were expecting. A little larger than we planned and budgeted for, unfortunately. Right. But we're living with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is a beautiful house, and it looks like it has so many details that you guys have put so much thought into.
Yeah,
so let's go through some of those things, actually. And you can point to them, and I'll walk over to them, too.
Well, the idea was to have a Victorian-style home that was modeled off of a home we lived in over on Beacon Hill in 1901 Victorian, turn of the century. But we also wanted to have it feel like it had a detached garage to it. So you see the detail here where it looks like you have a house, and then if you weren't really paying attention, it has a second structure here, which was kind of like we wanted to make it like a barn, but it's also the garage, and then my son William's room is above it. But we wanted to have a look at a home with a detached garage, but having the convenience of it being attached. So the details from the outside, from the columns to the bric-a-brac details, to the railings and the scalloped shingles and the diamond windows. I mean, all those really are trying to, pull in from the old into something new. Even the weather vane on top of the turret, is something that we, had to throw in there at the last minute just because it made the house complete.
Excellent, excellent. So let's walk through some of the specifics of the house now.
Okay.
Talk about the foundation.
So the foundation is I mentioned this earlier, but it's structurally the most solid home built in the city of Seattle. It's on 30-foot auger cast piles that this house sits on. So basically, this house is strong enough to hold a 6-story commercial building, just because of the lateral load, so it doesn't go over this hillside. You'll see the views and the hill that it sits on, but it overlooks downtown Seattle and Lake Washington, and everything in Seattle is over-engineered now. So I benefited from having to put it in and pay for it. So it was a fun and interesting experience, but it was a lot. It was a lot. That being said, my favorite part of the house is the front door. Is a door that my wife found on eBay, and it was out of New York, turn of the century door that we bought and we fitted into the space because I think it really makes the house feel old, because it's an old door. It's literally over 100 years old. So it's kind of a gateway to the home, but everything from the little mailbox details and the doorknobs and the light fixtures are really just everything that we could reclaim is reclaimed.
Great. It looks like a great reclamation job, too. You've got so many different pieces and all the components of it, whether it's, God, look at that wood.
Yeah.
So great. Such a great piece. The lamps.
The light fixtures, the brick entryway, the push button, and we even have dimmers. So we want to have the convenience of having new technology in the home with, lighting and dimmers, not knob and tube like the old houses, but have the look of the old houses. We have, heated floors, off of a boiler system, hydronic heated floors, which you didn't have in the old days, but we didn't want to have an old furnace either. Right. The floors are old bleacher board of Oregon State University that we got up from Oregon, obviously, and they are throughout the house. There's no carpet in the house at all. Old handrail.
Is your dog?
Yeah, she's an old boxer.
Were you reclaimed?
Yeah. That's a great shot. She poses nice to the camera.
She does.
So, again, more doors that we got from salvage doors, separate all the rooms, the pocket doors. I think all the little things make the whole thing complete, from the details, from the picture railing to the moldings around the windows. Really stay consistent to the story we were trying to tell in this house. I mean, it really was a passion of my wife and I to build something as true to period as we could, and with as many reclaimed materials as we could as well, keeping to the green model that I do for my regular business. But it was the first time I ever built a home with a real fireplace. So we have a real wood-burning fireplace in this new home. It's a Brunsford-style fireplace that is designed. That thing can heat the whole house if we needed to. But it goes up 3 stories up the stair of the house, and there's incredible detail to it. But every room is designed to be shut off. Like in the olden days, you'd be able to entertain and shut off your living space and have an informal parlor and a dining room and a kitchen that you can shut off for your staff to work in. And as you can see, all the pieces that we've collected, go to that story as well, the antique pieces that we put in here.
Definitely. So it looks like you guys have definitely lived the experience of being in an old-style home.
That's true.
And you brought such modern touches, too. It looks like the kitchen is, it's a year and a half old, so you managed to get some of the newer technologies
Sure. We have,
that you might want.
Oh, we have the Sub-Zero freezer, the refrigerator. We have the nice Viking cooktop, and, but we have newer cabinets and lots of cabinets and newer ovens. So, it's blending the old with the new in some areas, but this big island is a big old reclaimed piece of hickory we got from, I think this is out of Vermont, that was shipped in. This is all reclaimed material as well. But an old farm-style sink, but we have the Bosch dishwasher.
Well, look at that juxtaposition there.
Yeah, look at that. The old with the new right there. The old washboard that slopes down into the sink.
Talk about the reclamation process, like getting the old style.
It was challenging.
Yeah.
Because no cabinet makers now are equipped to put an old farm sink into their plan. So it was, the weight of that thing alone, I think it's like 390 pounds, that thing. So it took 4 guys to get it set, and it had to be reinforced and triple reinforced underneath just to hold the weight of it. And then you have these 2-inch thick, slab countertops on top of it. It's just, you just got to plan for more. Everything's more in Victorian. It's over the top. I think that's what Victorian stands for, opulence.
Yeah, there is a simplicity to what you've done too. You know what I mean? I definitely see that it's not that it's modern like some of your other projects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you guys have made very specific choices.
Very specific choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the project was, I call it the yin and yang project because I showed you earlier that the home was built right below the lot here. It's very modern, very contemporary, more towards what I normally do for my business model. And this was just completely opposite. So, I call this the yin and yang project because you have the old with the new and the modern with the historic, and it just was a fun part to build these kind of at the same time because it's almost like, okay, I have to shift gears now. Now I'm going modern. And then I'm down there dealing with details in the modern world, and then I'm up here dealing with, okay, where does that bric-a-brac go, and where does that little plunk block go, and where does that molding go, and how does that old light fixture get tied in without blowing the circuit board, and that whole kind of stuff. So it was fun as far as that's concerned, challenging.
Right.
I don't think I could ever build another house like this because I wouldn't make any money. It's just too expensive. I couldn't sell it. If anyone wanted to hire me to do it, I could do it. I'm an expert at it now.
Well, it is definitely a show home, and I appreciate you giving us the tour and talking about all that. I am always so excited to talk with Development Anthony Maschmedt. I always get your last name, and I always pronounce it correctly, but I always have to see it to pronounce it correctly.
You do a good job.
Anthony, you are an inspiration to those of us who are doing green work all around the world, and certainly now to green builders. So I look forward to talking to you more as your development empire continues to grow.
I feel honored that you think I'm worthy of your time, so I appreciate it and look forward to more conversations in the future.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right.